can poo particles in our farts transmit contagious diseases?
100% yes. I can answer this question.
Hi, I'm Dr. Drew, and this is Dr. Drew After Dark. Please be advised that Dr. Drew After Dark may contain sexually oriented content and be unsuitable for young children.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Dr. Drew After Dark. Of course, Christina P. joins me as always. 818-253-1693 is where you can find us to leave us those juicy voice messages that you very kindly do. More women. I need to cleanse my palate with the young ladies.
There's a lot of jizz on the last.
The last was a little too much semen talk. Dr. Drew After Dark at gmail.com. I got a whole list of great emails here. Dr. Drew After Dark at gmail. And before the mics heated up, the young lady to my right now, we're talking. Well, she opened the conversation with, why do people hate Jews? Why do they hate Jews? Why do they hate them?
I don't understand, because I grew up in a Jewish neighborhood in the San Fernando Valley. Mm-hmm. I went to many bar mitzvahs and bat mitzvahs, and
they seem like good people with good families.
Yes, I love the Jewish people. I don't understand. I don't understand historically why Jews have been so hated.
I think. Well, always okay. Ready?
Yeah, let's be real.
So
let's put on the Rational Revolution.
Give me some new.
Tap.
Yeah, we're Rational Revolution. Show me some new imagery from Rational Revolution.
Yeah, let's talk openly and try to uncover.
Look at that.
That's good. That's
look at
Dr. Jeans.
I like the way your version is just like tossing it off.
Yeah.
It's like how Hitler would always do this. Your version is like
whatever.
It's so good.
This is great.
It's beyond.
Who did this one?
This was Lindsay from Ontario.
She reacted on Twitter that you guys found it and retweeted it and loved it and stuff. She was very, she cried.
Oh,
yeah, it's
wonderful.
very nice, very sweet.
I appreciate it.
So thank you for that. I will use that everywhere.
Yeah, but back to the Jews. I mean, historically they've been shit on.
So let me just say that I was on a different podcast on the Adam Carolla. Me and Adam were talking. I was talking about how oppressive things are here in California, and I said, when I go to other states, you look back and think, if it's a concentration camp in California, this feels like you're contained, like there's a government force like holding you down. And some agency, some Jewish activist accused me of anti-Semitism and stuff. I said, first of all, let me just straighten everything out here. Do you fucking understand my family escaped from the Ukrainian genocide? My Jewish family, you fucking idiot. I don't know if you want to put this on the thing or not, but that really, she was being anti-Semitic.
Yes.
That was anti-Semitic against me.
Well, and also nowadays, if you call somebody a racist, you're immediately disqualifying anything they say after, and
right.
now you are immoral, which is more dangerous than anything else.
Correct, and this was what she was pulling, was that move.
Yeah.
It wasn't around race; it was around not understanding the implications of a concentration camp. I understand.
Yeah, bitch.
I understand.
I think most people get it.
My people escaped pogrom, Ukrainian genocide, the Bolshevik. They were kicked out in a.
What's pogrom?
Pogroms were these anti-Jewish sweeps that I think the Tsars put through. But can you think of another moment in history where we similarly use these sorts of moralizing absolutes as a way of labeling?
Yes, many times.
When was the last time?
Well, let's talk about the Salem witch hunts.
Okay,
McCarthyism.
McCarthyism, right.
Yeah.
So, and let's also remind ourselves that The Crucible, Arthur Miller's play,
I read that,
was written about the Salem witch trials as a stand-in for the McCarthy trials. Mm-hmm. So we're using McCarthyism again. And think how disdainful we've been at that throughout my life. And now people are using it with great flair.
It's amazing.
It's not the Rational Revolution.
But back
it's
to the
opposite.
Jews. So why do they hate the Jews?
So having laid this groundwork, let me just say that whenever something happens to somebody, some part of it has to be, they must play a role in it. That's my philosophy on life.
Wait, you're saying personally that whenever something bad happens, you blame the Jews?
You're putting Shylock up there? Why are you putting Shylock up there?
Because that was the first anti-Semitic depiction of a Jew.
Yes, you're right. In Shakespeare, the Shylock is the lender of money.
Exactly.
Yes, a Shylock.
Yes, he was. But Jews did lend money, and that was one of the places they got a bad rap.
Well, Nadav told me that banking used to be undesirable.
No,
right?
the Christians felt it was sinful.
Right, to deal with money.
Not just deal with money, but to give mortgages, mortgages. To have
the Jews were like, that ain't
lend
sinful.
Lend money makes sense. So they've got a problem on the Christian side for being sinful. There's always something. I think when people have been traumatized, they're intergenerationally, they tend to bring trauma their way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's just that. That's just the way the brain
Right,
works.
right.
So there's that piece, but I think envy is another piece.
I agree.
Because I think wherever they go, the values they have are so generational, and they always involve making money and hanging on to money and building capital, and people get angry about that.
That's right. The Jews are the first rappers in that they have haters. You know what I'm saying? Like the Jews
I'm
are
following. I'm
the
trying.
Jews are the original hater getter. They're, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, they're the chosen ones from biblical times.
That's something easy to be envious of, right?
Clearly.
And they were kind of involved in Jesus' demise too, and so that.
Well, no, hold on, because I went to Catholic school and I learned that it wasn't the Jews that killed Jesus,
It's
but
the Romans.
the Romans.
I know, I understand, but they're involved, right?
Jesus was a Jew.
Jesus was a Jew. That's
First
right.
5 books of the Bible are
All Jews.
Hebrew.
All Jews. All those people
Okay.
were Jews.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I for one am a huge fan of the Jewish community. I love them. I
Well,
love
it is
I'm
not.
down.
It is not consistent with the rational revolution to be hateful of any group. That's what. That's
Well,
what.
but don't you feel, Dr. Drew?
Oh, we're gonna go after.
No, I'm saying. I think that. But, no, I agree. I don't think I'm
No, I
consciously.
think that should be like principle one.
Yeah, I'm not
We're
consciously
accepting and of all culture. Well, there is.
I'm not accepting of all cultures.
Correct. Because I'm going to say,
not-
no, it's not funny. Because principle one should be right and wrong exists.
I agree.
We agree.
I agree.
Okay.
Yes,
how we
absolutely.
understand it is complicated, right?
Yes,
I think there is such a thing as moral emotions and moral sensibilities.
I agree.
And there's moral reasoning. Two different things. Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, they exist. We are with that as a caveat. We accept all cultures and people. And
I tolerate. I don't accept. I've been to Saudi Arabia. I've been to Riyadh. I've been there on chopping block Thursdays when people's are publicly crucified or have their hands cut off. I didn't get to see it, unfortunately, because I was in a military base.
Gosh.
But they still practice. I don't know if they still. This was like a decade ago. If you steal, they cut your hand off and stuff, and that is real. And they don't really treat women too well. So I tolerate. But I'm not going to actively take steps against, let's say, that culture. But
we'll embrace. We'll embrace, but
I'll
we
be
will.
like, bro, that do you, bro. But I guess what? I ain't going to fucking Saudi Arabia anytime soon.
Okay. Well, and we could label some of their practices as wrong and still accept them.
100%.
Okay, because we do wrong stuff too here. Trust me.
Well, do we?
I'm sure.
America's perfect.
Oh please. Oh please.
We don't torture people.
But this leads me to your dad.
Oh, are we going to talk about my dad? I haven't talked about him in therapy even for months. I've been avoiding
I could
the
tell.
subject.
That's why I needed to bring it back. I'm so fascinated with him.
So am I.
First of all, he created you, which is already a pretty cool
Pretty
thing, right?
rad.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. And you had to work on some things because of him, I understand. But you can't nothing comes without a little bit of luggage.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always a price for something good.
Absolutely.
Nothing is all good.
But let me
all
ask
bad.
you. Okay, I'll tell you, Drew. It's just how do I move forward because
With him?
he has a hard time with boundaries. I put them down. They're constantly broken. I'm not sure he has an interest in being a grandfather.
I think.
So what's the thing? What do I do?
I think you have to adjust yourself, adjust your position.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
He can't maintain boundaries, right?
No, he cannot.
Right. So you're going to have an expectation that he will be blowing through boundaries and be monkeying with that all the time, right?
Yeah.
Also, there may be nothing in this relationship for you.
There isn't.
Right. And that can be okay. Then you have to ask yourself, what do I need to do to be a good daughter?
Oh God.
For me.
I
for
have
for
been a
me,
good daughter.
For me. For you.
I have been a good daughter.
So far, but now you're not seeing him, and maybe it's time to get. And here's the deal: maybe there's something in him that would be not good for you, but would be good for YMH. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you may not get anything good out of it, but we will. It will be. I mean, you and I will do a live after dark just to bring your dad in.
Unreal.
This is RPC on steroids, my friend.
How dare you exploit my personal suffering? It's as though we exploit each other's personal lives. It's as though I had your wife come on.
Right. It's almost as though you brought my wife in twice into your podcast. And I've had to put up with the reveals associated with that, shall we say.
Well, you're extremely virile.
Yeah, it's all
male.
good. And I think it's going to be all good for you.
Dr. Drew's dick is too big and he uses it too much. Oh, he comes 50 times a week. He gets beaches. Oh, how hard has that been to live that down? Yeah. You poor guy.
I swear, I believe in my heart that we're going to come out with something similar for your dad. I believe
that. He gives
that.
beaches?
No, that he comes out good.
He is good. I don't think he's inherently bad.
And culturally, we must mine that gold mine.
Okay, but here's the
culture.
deal. If I can,
he escaped Hungary from the
I
communists.
know, he's so rad.
Yes.
No, he's rad. He's the
Yes.
hardcorest motherfucker that ever.
Yes.
And he's so hardcore.
And he's not a cartoon character. He's a real person. You know, when these things show up in the movies and stuff, they're cartoons.
I know.
I want to know really what's going on in his head, and I think something for the generations is there to be learned. I really mean it. I'm not kidding.
Let me tell you something. If he were interested in being
This
on
is
camera,
the rational revolution. You need to go after these sources of culture.
I know. And let me tell you something. I would have him on just to talk about communism.
Yes.
And talk about the ramp up, because it's very similar to what happened in his motherland and all that shit.
There was not. It wasn't. Ask him if there was a rational revolution in Hungary at the time. Maybe somebody
there
tried.
was the revolution. You didn't know.
The rational revolution. No. Was there a?
There's a
was there a
Hungarian.
pushback?
Yes, there was the revolution of 1956.
Yeah, that was against the Soviets.
Soviets.
That didn't work so well.
Didn't work. But they love talking about it. The Hungarians really hang their hat on that revolt.
I'd like to know more about it. Was he there for it?
Yeah, he was 10. And he's like, I was there during the like we go.
He saw the tanks.
Yeah,
we
go to
That's
Budapest.
what they always talk about.
Yeah.
I saw the tanks. I saw the tanks.
And like my dad and I, if we were being hungry together, be like, see this building right there? This is where I was standing when I saw a Russian throw a rock. This is where I picked up a grenade. This is where I picked up a rifle of a dead soldier's hand. Like, it's all horrible. It's horrible. Have you been to Budapest yet?
No, I'd love to.
You have to go to the.
My kids have been. I've never been.
Oh, go to the. It's called the Terrorhaza.
Well, there's the
Terror
Buda
House.
and Pest,
There's
right?
two different sides
which
separated.
side? Which side?
He's from Buda.
Okay.
But there's this place called the Terror House. Terrorhaza. This is it.
House of Terror.
House of Terror. This is the very building where they tortured Hungarians. And
what is it saying on the outside there? What is all that?
That's the form your communist shit.
It says terror on the
Terror House. Yeah.
Okay.
And you can go see their torture rooms where they would pull you in, and people would report their neighbors, and you could see how they had the.
Well,
they
we're going
tortured.
there. We're
it's
on our way.
fucking rad, actually. It is kind of interesting to see. Not kind of. It is.
Oh,
it's really cool.
it's just the fact that history is not remembered vividly enough by young people today. That's why your dad needs to speak.
It's a generation ago. That's how stupid we are as people. Build a wall. We just did that. We just did that. Hey, how's the wall going, shitbags? Right?
Well, we didn't need one because everyone got scared shitless by COVID.
Oh, yeah.
So everyone stayed home.
Did you see the South Park? The pandemic special? They're like, well, he killed all the Mexicans with COVID.
Of course. how, as always, all of South Park has moved off of Cartman onto Randy.
Oh, yeah. I never was a huge fan
Of Randy?
of like South Park.
Oh.
Not since the 90s. I was in college. We used to smoke pot.
Oh,
and
it's
watch
so
it.
good.
It is good. They're great.
They
so smart.
always bring it home.
Yeah.
They always bring it home. Like the if you want to see a classic South Park, it is the Mormon episode.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
They grew up with a bunch of Mormons and love Mormons, but they made fun in a long cartoon about their beliefs. Stan befriends a Mormon kid. The Mormon kids, they're all happy and having a good life. And one night he goes over there to have dinner, and they tell the story of Prophet
Elijah?
Smith, Prophet John Smith, whatever it was.
Oh, yeah.
And this incredible story is portrayed as they believe it. You know, it's like flashing up there. This is their actual beliefs. And at the end, Stan goes, I don't know if I can hang around with this kid anymore.
Yeah.
So fast forward, they're at the bus stop where they always are going to school, and the Mormon kid comes up, and the five of them are standing there. Five? One, two, four of them.
Remember.
Four of them are standing there. And the Mormon goes, hey, Stan, how you doing? Hey, Billy, noticed you not been around much. What's going on? Stan goes, I just can't hang anymore. You know, you the things you believe, you told me that story. It's just too much. You believe that stuff. And Billy goes, well, okay, Stan, I get it. He goes, these beliefs are pretty fantastic. They don't make sense, do they? But because of them, I have a great life. I have a great family. I do great things. You need to suck my balls. And Karma goes, that kid is cool.
That's it.
So they bring it home. They always bring it home like that.
They always balance it. Well, Mormons are the best audiences. I do Salt Lake City, Utah, once or twice a year. And it's fantastic. They're the best audiences. They're the nicest people. Super fun. They drink Diet
Appreciative.
Cokes. That's their one caveat. They all drink
Little-
Diet Coke.
little
You're not supposed to have caffeine.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah, I love it.
Breaking it out.
Yeah.
Let me do a email before we get to voice messages. Fetishes. When my boyfriend and I started dating, I knew he liked larger women. Throughout our relationship, he started to share his fetish of feeding. Ooh, he's a feeding
Feeder.
fetish.
Yeah, what's that all about, Drew? What's that? What's the unconscious libidinal?
I think it is, the easy move is that something went wrong in the breastfeeding thing. It was
overfed.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Throughout our relationship, he started to share the fetish. He wanted to feed me extremely fatty things while we were having sex. He would like me to become extremely large to the point of immobility. Oh, my God.
Dear.
I feel conflicted, but I also think there's also something going on with, like, mom was pregnant or something. That whole thing of a woman's enlarging. It overwhelms a kid's regulatory system, let's say. He finally shared the part of the fantasy, and he wanted to become extremely large as well. He's currently quite thin, which is the commie. It's always a thin dude, right?
That's interesting. So maybe, I like the sensation of being full, which is why I would overeat.
It's another, I wouldn't call that a fetish, but that is a little bit of a compulsion.
It's a compulsion. I do it when I'm feeling depressed.
Mm-hmm.
Not anymore, now that I'm on a ketogenic diet.
What happened?
Nothing. I just get sad because I don't overeat anymore. And
You get sad because you don't overeat?
Well, you love to overeat.
Oh.
Because it's my thing.
Ew. That's more than a compulsion now.
Yeah, I like to overeat.
Because
Who
that's
doesn't?
now, it feels a little fetish when you say it.
Oh, no.
Little. I'm not saying sexual fetish, like a little too much, but it feels like a means to affect regulate, to regulate emotions.
Yeah. I don't like feelings. I bet, yes,
Yeah.
I would prefer to eat them, but I don't because I'm.
But it's
on
not
a
just
good
the
diet.
eating, it's the filling up.
Yeah, you feel full emotionally.
Yeah,
let's say. So maybe
you're not so empty.
correct. So maybe in this relationship, since he's thin, is what I'm saying? Like, is there something to filling the other up versus the self?
It kind of self and other becomes mushy in the the subconscious, right? And it kind of goes together if your boundaries aren't good. So when I bring your dad in here, we're gonna
Meshed. Thank you. Yeah. Good
we're
luck.
Find
him first. I don't know where he is.
No, I'm just gonna say no boundaries. We're gonna let him loose.
Good
And you guys, because it's not for you. We're not trying to get anything for you except being a good daughter for you.
Oh,
And
bullshit.
then YMH gets so much
Can I bring my
richness.
therapist to this?
Yes.
Can she sit here and hold my hand through it all? Look at you.
Christina.
Look at you just drooling, salivating for this.
Hey, it's not just for cool guys.
it's like-
that should be our new logo.
This is like your teen mom shit. You're like,
This is so
torturing
good.
me.
No, this will help.
now you
You'll help
don't you lie to
thousands.
me. It will not
You will
help.
not help you. No.
No, not at all.
No. We got to get you through it. You don't even. You know what? To be fair, you don't have to be here. You don't even need to be here. But I would still love your therapist and your dad. You don't need to be here.
What
I'm
is
not
this
kidding. I would
sadistic
like you to
streak
be
in
here.
you today?
I would like you to be here because you have good insight into what we can really get some interesting stuff out.
Is this revenge? Is this
No,
revenge
this is
for
I love
Susan
you.
on
This
my
is the
show?
best. This is the best.
Oh, God.
So here's the question.
All right, go.
How do you keep him happy and stay attracted to him, not eat myself to death? And how does someone even associate eating with sex? What kind of trauma is typically associated with this?
Yeah.
Again, we just discussed
Right.
the feeding
But
and the fullness.
Trauma. Now, don't people develop eating disorders around sexual molestation? Like if you're molested as a kid, doesn't that always...
Well, it can be, particularly with oral sex, right? It makes kind of sense. I was thinking of this woman recently I had seen who, it's gross. Ready?
Yeah.
Every time her dad would force her as a young girl, like 5 years old, to have oral sex,
No.
he would then sit her down, give her milk and cookies, and say, "It's
No.
because I love you."
Oh, boy.
And this woman had the most compulsive eating problem I'd ever seen.
I don't doubt that.
Right.
If not every other problem, I
Well,
would be
that's
a
where it
mess.
went. Yeah, of course, So yes, I mean this. It's what humans do to one another. Is just forget humans.
Children. I can't even fathom.
I mean, think.
Shouldn't we just be allowed to murder these people that hurt children?
Well, maybe that's another topic for us. After we talk about hating the Jews, can we just murder people?
I think we should.
I've
I
heard
think,
people say things like that lately, and I find that.
fine with Well, you can't rehabilitate the pedophile.
No, I'm just saying we just can't go around murdering people. We
No.
got to let the system do whatever.
It's a
That's all
slippery
I'm
slope,
saying.
but
That's
we
all I'm
can
saying.
cut their penises off.
That'd be interesting. Well, if it were your kids, I'm sure that's exactly what would happen.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So.
Oh yeah.
My name is Adam. I have a question about edibles. 24-year-old male, like to enjoy 10 to 20 milligrams of edibles at night. I feel like a normal sex drive for 24-year-old, but when I take an edible, I get horny as fuck. As a male, I'm ready to fuck extensively, and I was wondering if you knew what this might be. Also, does this happen to Tom as well?
Oh, I don't think so.
Does Tom take edibles at night?
He does 10 milligram Tom. Every night he takes an edible. I mean, we've both been unable to sleep without some assistance during these last few months.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Are you
either drink
depressed?
alcohol. Yeah, who isn't?
Right. Right.
It's alcohol or pot.
You're like,
I mean, is this not the craziest time in our
yeah,
lives?
but talk to me about it. I mean, why now?
What do you mean, why now? Pandemic.
I mean, is it no, I don't mean it in, like, I'm incredulous. I mean, like, literally, what is it about this stage that everyone seems to, is it the burnout of the,
fatigue.
It's the crisis fatigue, right?
Yeah, you're overwhelmed. It's been too much bullshit for
too long, right?
Long.
I was thinking about this. Think about this. Here's something for the Rational Revolution to contemplate. And I sent you a whole article. I'm going to read you let me read this to you. This is something to read out loud. Here. This is from essentially a Nobel Prize winner. And he says, "It is my view that we've been ill-prepared to deal with this onslaught. We have a very thin record of writings that makes the case that freedom, market forces, and private governance are better than government quarantines and closures to dealing with pandemics. So where do we turn?" Like, which do we turn? He's
there's
saying
no evidence
that one is superior to the other.
Actually, but I've heard, doesn't Noam Chomsky think that freedom is better than the other approach?
Yes, I think a lot of people do think that, including the World Health Organization.
Yeah, I think historically speaking, freedom has always promoted better things.
Well, I was thinking about this. Measles.
Yeah.
Because somebody was asking, are we going to get to herd immunity? I'm thinking, I'm not so sure about that.
Why is
but
that?
Let's think.
Would it just take too many people
It's too many.
it?
Yeah, too many. And if it's 20%, the way some people think it is, like things like the cruise ship, it was always 20%, and then it just stopped. So there
what
may
do you mean 20%?
only
20%
of population get it in a given isolated population. So there might be something about genetics or how we behave or the virus that it may not be 70%, it may be 20%. We could get to 20%, but I think we're going to get the vaccine first, which will, I know.
Praise Allah.
I know, right? But let me say this, measles.
Yeah.
So measles came around. People were saying, no one ever got to herd immunity with measles. And I thought, well, I read an article where somebody was discussing the issue of herd immunity. And they go, we've never achieved herd immunity they listed a bunch of diseases. And I thought, most of these are childhood illnesses. And the reason you don't get herd immunity with childhood illnesses is because there's a new crop of children coming in.
Oh, I thought you meant they're going to die. The kids die.
And that's what had happened throughout history. Is that a significant percentage would die. Measles is so infectious that if somebody with measles coughs in a aisle in a grocery store, everyone that walks through for 2 hours will get it if they haven't had it or been vaccinated.
What?
And yet we didn't shut down society when that was killing kids.
I know.
Isn't that weird?
And
at a much higher rate than older people
and children
are being killed.
doing so well with COVID.
But isn't that weird?
It's weird. And what year did measles happen?
Forever throughout human history until the 50s when we had the vaccine, 60s. And it would just kill children.
Yeah, it's nutty. And COVID right now, they're saying has a 99.96%.
99.6.
99.6. Okay.
Yeah.
Survival rate.
Yeah. I have prostate cancer. I have a 90%. When I finished my operation, they said, you have 90% probability of cured. You know what that meant to me? Cured.
Yeah.
90%. When something's 90% in medicine, you're either done or if it's a 90% probability, you're good. You're good.
Well, even with the birth control pill, I always was, it's 99% effective. And,
you're good.
And you're like, oh, I'm fine. There's the anomaly that it goes wrong.
That's correct.
So are we translating this to the anomaly that no, we know who this
We know who the population
does.
is. Now, the problem is, what I found so fascinating, when President Trump walked through this without any big deal, people were like, he's still sick. They couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
And I thought, no, those doctors did a great job. They made great choices. I hope everyone gets those treatments someday soon. And he got through the way most people get through it. That's how it works.
But to be fair, he was getting treatment that most Americans are not going to have.
Oh, they will eventually. Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
It's coming. It's coming. But the point being, that's most people get through it.
Yeah.
Whether it was the treatment or whatever, most people get through it. And people like could not get their head around it, which I find bizarre because all we're inundated with every night on the news are these stories they go out and find of horror. And the horrors are out there. When 10 million people get an illness, you're going to find some bad stories.
Of course.
Thousands of them. You're going to have something every night. Don't put it on TV every night.
I know, but they sell it so much more. And now it's 24/7. You even remember is it the 80s, the McMartin preschool?
Yes.
So if you weren't around then, in the 80s, there was hysteria over preschool molestations. Now
everybody was molesting preschool kids.
But there was really one.
Turned out it wasn't even happening at the McMartin school.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think if you look back at what was going on, a lot of women were going to work, and there was a lot of anti-women going to work propaganda.
Interesting.
And that was something going on at the time.
Interesting.
But anyways, it is the media's job to entertain us and give us those freak stories.
But
and
we have
freak out.
lost rational revolution, my dear.
Yeah.
We have lost the ability.
horrible.
We've lost our judgment. We've lost our way, and we have the death of math upon us.
Yeah. The
Math
death of
has died.
science.
Death of math. You can't take the 99.6 and do anything with it. It's dead. It's probabilities are more dead than arithmetic.
And more importantly, you have people. I don't know if you heard on the Howard Stern show, people drinking urine. There's a convention they sent Mehmet to where they were drinking urine for therapeutic reasons.
Well, Nadav, you can find me the lady that I was so captivated by that is from this camp. You've never seen her?
I don't know. I'm sure. Is it Rain Forest?
Oh, Rain Florence?
Rain Florence. I'm very familiar with
Okay,
Rain.
so you've seen this world and seen this.
She does like enemas with her urine.
Everything, all kinds of things. It's all good. It's all
But that's
beautiful.
one woman. I'm talking now an entire convention.
Oh, there's a world out there for everything now.
But-
they find each other because the internet.
Well, let me.
They used to hide it.
Yeah,
now it's reinforced.
Let's get back to shame. So,
well, it's another part of the rational revolution.
Yeah,
The return.
shame
this is
is
what I want to
good.
talk to your dad about. I want to talk to him about the Gulag archipelagos and shame and escaping communism.
yeah, shame in small doses is good. But here's the thing: are there any therapeutic benefits to drinking your urine?
No.
Wow, just like that. I mean, have you read the literature online, Drew? My rheumatoid arthritis is practically gone, and I've been drinking my pee every day.
Peace and love. They should enjoy.
What about eating your placenta?
There is a little bit from placenta, and then now they make it into pills and stuff, so you can eat it for weeks afterwards.
What are the medical benefits of eating placenta?
I mean, there's a lot of good protein and
protein.
Yeah, that's about it.
It's
There's
like eating
nothing.
liver.
It's like eating liver. Yeah, it's organs. Eating human organs. Eating organs are good.
Eating organs are good because
Lots of nutrients.
iron, nutrients.
All sorts of nutrients.
What about fighting postpartum depression?
No.
There's no claims in that.
No.
It's just protein.
Yes.
Okay.
Eating the placenta, good idea.
Some claim reduce
No.
postpartum bleeding.
Milk supply, micronutrients, iron. No evidence that eating
Sure,
placenta provides
iron.
health benefits. There you go. Placentophagy can be
Yeah.
harmful to you and your baby.
Oh, cool.
So don't just fry it up and eat it right after you're done.
Breastfeed.
Have you you've seen placentas? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to eat that.
Yeah, you've seen it's like a pan. It's huge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gnarly, and they
Yeah.
push it out of you when you
Yeah.
give birth. They
Yeah.
push on your uterus, and it's really quite horrible and painful.
You use vaginal deliveries?
Both pushed them out.
Good for you. That's that peasant Eastern European
bitch.
peasant stuff. You cannot prevent
No.
them from reproducing.
I should do that shit in the field, but
Yes.
I epiduraled both. I'm not a
you're
Viking.
weak. You're weak. Your dad would be so disappointed.
I don't buy into that. There's no medal of honor for pain.
It's funny.
I don't like
that.
I don't like being in pain.
I had no interest in talking to your mom. Interestingly,
She's dead.
I know, but I mean, I didn't have the same fascination with her. You know, she had a
She was
she
borderline.
decompensated at the end and stuff. you
Yeah.
know.
But she was, I'm telling you, the most resilient bad bitch in the world. Talk about all the women in my family, because they dealt with World War II and the communists and all this stuff, are so tough and so resilient. Like, she was just a bad bitch. She was amazing that way.
She
What?
abused you.
Crazier than cat shit. Crazy.
All right, give me a voicemail.
Hey, Dr. Drew, this is Ben from Pittsburgh. You keep your jeans high and tight. I'll get to the question. When I was a baby, I was kind of leaning on my head in the womb and kind of imprinted, pressed into my skull because it was soft and able to be formed. She had a favorite chiropractor that she used to visit, and chiropractor noticed this and said, I can form this back. So she told me that he, used his hands, I guess, to fix this indent in my skull. And she was like, or the chiropractor said, okay, there you go. He'll never have a nosebleed for the rest of his life because of what I did.
What?
I've never had a nosebleed. What the hell did this guy do, Doc? All right, thanks a lot, and take a hot piss all
I think
over my face.
he banged your mom is what he did.
That's probably what he did.
Was it penile massage? Penile?
Internal massage.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
A lot of kids are born with deformed heads.
Yeah.
It's very common. And now they put helmets on.
Yeah.
And a lot of kids just outgrow it.
Mm-hmm.
I think this guy didn't do anything. And by the way, it sounds like what he was doing is actually rather dangerous.
Yeah.
Because if you're really using a lot of force, you can cause bleeding. I mean, that, you can really hurt a
And
child
in
that way.
utero, how would the kids leaning
It's not
against
even in
you?
utero. It's just how kids are. That's how they are. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just. Just even being during delivery, you see other kids' heads are deformed.
Well, their heads they're not even fused together at the
Correct.
skull, so it has to be.
It has to be like that.
Yeah.
Learned a lot this year about viruses and other pathogens, how they can hide on droplets, excels from cough and sneezing. This is Sean from Western Australia. Fans everywhere.
Good day, mate.
My question is, can poo particles in our farts transmit contagious diseases?
100% yes. I can answer this question.
Keep going.
Meningitis, bacterial. My friend Sarah Tiana got it from poo particles in the air in Afghanistan, in Kandahar, because they have a sewage system that churns in the middle of the camp, and those shit particles got into her body.
That is a little different than farts. He wants to know if farts can do it. And even, I'm not sure.
Pink eye? Could you get pink eye at least?
Yeah, not much.
If I farted
mean,
in your face.
If you sat down and sharted, now we're talking. But what do you want? Is that a challenge for you now? Is that he's like,
maybe with tongue. Not me.
Again, for the next live episode, please. Yes, because oral fecal transmission of all kinds of things is the leading transmission of diseases in the world.
No,
all
but
kinds
hold
of stuff.
on. But you've told me that eating your brown
I said in this country, no big deal.
in this country.
But oral fecal transmission of disease is the leading means of all kinds of diseases.
That's why you get diarrhea in Mexico.
Correct.
Because there's poo-poo in the water.
In the water, right.
Why is there poo-poo in the water?
Because they don't have the usual sanitation system, and it gets
Gotcha.
in the groundwater.
Man,
So,
I've had raging Mexican diarrhea. Like
Yeah.
one time, it lasted for 2 weeks after I had margarita.
you should have been treated.
I should have, but I
Yeah.
was in college.
Sometimes you get E. coli and stuff. You can go bad.
What was wrong with me that I had like running diarrhea for 2
That's
weeks?
probably that's traveler's
Parasite.
diarrhea technically, because you can get intratoxigenic E. coli, which you get really sick from.
I didn't vomit, just
And
brown.
one of my sons had that from a cruise ship and was having. Oh, it was terrible.
I mean, how disgusting are cruise ships?
Yeah,
They're just floating petri dishes.
it's just
no?
a big bus.
It's disgusting.
I want to go on a cruise though.
I know. I want to do anything right now. Let's do anything.
Right, just get me out of here. You say the farts don't push the shit out, but can farts push the sickness out?
Farts push the sickness.
Another voice message.
Hi, Dr. Drew and Tom or Christina. My name is Joe.
Hi, Joe.
I've been a long-time listener. I just wanted to ask about a potential issue that might become bigger. I have noticed that a potential maybe hemorrhoid appearing in my butthole area. It's getting pretty swollen.
That's where hemorrhoids appear.
I'm not really sure what to think of it. There's no blood in my stool. It's not really painful. It kind of just feels like a little discomfort when I press on it. Just wondering maybe how to tackle it. Maybe, whether or not it's a diet issue or what the problem may be. But yeah, that's pretty much the short version of it. Keep them high and tight. Don't be stingy. Love you guys.
You betcha I'm coming up in May. That's another one that they've been dropping. So hemorrhoids.
Yeah, so hot baths, Anusol cream, little cortisone cream.
I'm a fan of Tux medicated pads.
All that stuff. And yeah, more bulk in your diet. Take some Metamucil, that kind of thing.
Losing weight helps too.
Don't pushing hard when you
Don't
poop.
push the shit out. Let the shit come when it's ready.
Is this your mom?
You don't push hard. Don't push. Let it come.
I like the way she's preoccupied with
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, so preoccupied. And when you feel like you have to shit, go sit down. Don't wait. That was the best advice anyone. But if you don't tell kids that, they don't know. You have to tell kids everything.
Right. That's true.
If you feel
Which
like
is the crazy thing about humans.
May I ask you this one?
Yes,
She always told me to never wear
Uh-oh.
underwear to sleep at night because you must let your vagina breathe.
Well, you can wear underwear at night, but cotton underwear. You have to, because the vagina does need to breathe a little bit.
Breathe a
Yes, there's a
bit.
little bit of breathing, and you're welcome not to also. So,
But I'm insistent on letting my vagina breathe every night.
Good.
And
Tom's cool with that?
Worked for,
Yeah.
lovely.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta let your junk breathe.
why not?
Yeah.
Don't want it all tied up.
Yeah, it's not good for a woman's stuff. Yeah.
You can get yeast and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
bacterial overgrowth. And who
Especially in the
needs that?
summer. You gotta let it air out.
Question, mine and my wife. Every time we have sex, at some point, my naturally angling. Wait, I'm naturally angling my dick in a manner that makes an audible and loud pop.
Ooh, jeez.
No.
Okay.
It doesn't hurt. It feels like a buildup of tension beforehand and then pop and then it's gone. Also cannot be recreated during these whatever. It has a cool down period of some sort. I have come to the conclusion my dick is some sort of knuckle. He's not far off. Please give me your thoughts. Also, this is a normal occurrence or should I see someone? It is normal. You are cracking your dick. You're cracking your cock. Just the way you can crack your knuckles.
What?
There is a ligament, a suspensory ligament of the penis that when it's pushed down upon, like
Yes.
literally
Yes.
towards the floor,
Yes.
it can pop like a knuckle.
Can we find a video of somebody doing this?
Well, I bet you can. There are cool guys everywhere. I bet there's a video.
Don't send me your videos. I'm just saying, is there a video online?
Well, here we go.
Hey, Mom's
No,
World.
there's definitely not something we could show. I don't
Yeah, but
Why?
I want to see this. Can I just see it and you can show my reaction? Because I'm really curious and I
We
want to
can
hear the
it.
pops.
Yeah. Here we go. This is very exciting.
That is,
Turn up that volume.
44 years on this earth. I've never heard
Really?
of. And I listened to Loveline a lot growing
No
up.
kidding. We used to deal with
Never.
this once in a while.
I heard about penis breaking when Tommy
That's a very
Lee
different thing.
broke
that's,
his penis.
That's a different thing. That is where the cavernous body just ruptures and
Yeah.
all the blood drains out. You just turn purple everywhere.
That sounds horrendous.
Okay.
Watch this guy crack his dick.
Here we go.
I want to hear the sound.
Uh-oh.
Send that to Tom. Send it to Tom. That actually looks like Tom.
Let's hear that again.
Is that
Does
Tom?
he shave himself like that?
He did for surgery, and they
Oh,
shaved him,
yeah,
so
yeah.
it looks like Tom's drunk.
Here we go.
That's a boner pop, bro.
Yes.
Dude, send that to Tom, okay, Nadav?
Yeah, you
I
got
need,
it.
or can we show it to him on your mom's house tomorrow?
Yeah, we can save it for a live. Yeah,
just
yeah.
save it
Yes,
for tomorrow.
please. We got
And
must show him.
Just have his reaction, because that is fucking awesome. I didn't even know that was possible. Wow, I learned stuff. You still learn stuff.
The miracle of the internet. Okay, yeah. I bet you're gonna find cool guys doing versions of that.
How did we go? We started the show vastly different.
We were talking about how you hate the Jews and stuff. The
I
ideology is
I
all
love
off the air.
Jews. I love the Jews.
The ideology talk was off the air.
I
So
am
you want to have that
pro-Jew.
conversation now? We can do
No,
it tomorrow
I'm
or
gonna
next
bore the shit out of
show,
people
whatever.
with
All right, let's get to some. Since we're doing the boner cracking,
Yeah.
let's.
So,
I'm just thinking about Tchaikovsky now. Then the cock cracker
the
suite.
cock cracker.
Yeah.
That would be a good live show
Mm-hmm.
with a bunch of guys just popping their boners.
Fire truck dad boner.
I'd watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Fire truck dad boner.
Another fire truck. Wow, guys. Engine number 42 responding, guys. Engine number 42 responding, guys.
This is a dad.
So
Sounds like a 12-year-old.
we call overexcited people dad boners.
Okay.
So he's like
okay.
a dad boner. He's just
I see.
Lots of horn, guys. Lots of horn, guys. Wow.
it's just
That's going
exciting.
to a different scene. No wonder why.
It's just exciting to hear someone else get excited.
Yes.
Sometimes, you
Yes.
know.
There needs to be a YMH English dictionary.
thorough there is online. Like, you mean a glossary of all of
Glossary,
our
yeah,
ridiculous stuff?
Yeah, I think there's one on the subreddit. I think fans have put it together.
Oh, see, I need one in front of me when I'm working with Christina.
But you're learning the language.
Garbage cool guy updates.
Garbage. As in, is he a garbage cool guy or he's into garbage?
In recording right now. I'm at Labor Unlimited out here in South Fraser Way, and I'm letting you all fucking know. Any fucker tries to put that test on me for COVID and shove fucking crap out my nose, they can fuck right off. I'll kick their heads in and fucking beat them to a pulp. Okay?
Nice dude.
Yeah.
Cool guy.
Yep.
And if you're a fucking female who wants to get fucked up the ass, tit fucked and screwed, humped to death, and fucking treated like a dog, and be fucking whipped and chained, and wear a fucking mask because of this COVID-19 crap.
Oh, is he responding to something? Like something he's seeing something that's not really there? That's what that looks like when people do that. Yeah, he goes right into sort of RPC mode, except it's directed at somebody else. Mm-hmm. Is that the end of him? That's it?
Well,
yeah, there's a little bit more.
Uh-oh.
Like I said, I want women who want to get fucked, okay, and screwed up the ass and tit fucked and their cunt sucked and fucked. You want to be treated like a dog? I'm not going to take that COVID-19 thing and I'm going to stick it up in your fucking ass, okay? So any bitch who wants to get fucked, come and see me in
So he probably has lots of women coming his way.
tons.
That's good for you, right?
Ladies can't help themselves when they see a horny cool guy like that.
Oh.
Woo! I do like his full head of hair. He has a lovely head of hair.
Well, he put a still
Luscious.
picture of him up there, and then get my former Loveline partner, Mike Catherwood, and put a picture of him up
Right?
there. There's an uncanny resemblance.
That's
It's a
scary.
little,
You're
not
right,
that one,
he
not
does
that
look
picture,
like
the lit picture. It's a little bit disturbing, frankly. If Mike were a cool guy, this is how he would turn out, it
He
seems to me.
does look like
Mm-hmm.
Mikey.
Are you able to get that? No?
No, it's a little more complicated.
Well, people look him up. You'll see what I'm talking about. Let's go to some TikToks.
Always. The TikToks have been easier now.
What do you mean?
So what happened was
uh-oh.
Reels took over on
Yeah.
the gram, and Reels is garbage.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what you told me.
so boring and banal, and it's
Yeah.
normal. So it's really hard to find the outliers.
Why?
I don't know. I think TikTok, there's just the weirdos are drawn to it. It's more of the people's
it's
forum.
hard to find outliers on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're doing your work at.
It's been a challenge. It's been much more challenging because now in order to share that video to Instagram, they've disabled that ability. So I'm going to jump through some hoops here.
Oh, thank you. We thank you.
But, yeah, and Annie's been helping me convert these videos.
Oh,
It's been
boy.
yeah, double time now.
Oh,
okay?
I'm so sorry.
Well, it's the Lord's work. I do it
Yeah.
for the people.
Yes, you do. Yeah. Oh, here we go.
This guy's neat.
Hi there, Barry Hellman here. Message to our followers of people in the street, men and women. Treat each other right. Stop disrespecting women, men and women, out there and the other people, because women are what make the world go round. Show love towards women.
What do you think his thought process was before he went to the video?
Okay, I'll be so he always introduces himself as hi, Robert Hellman here. So I'm not sure he knows how TikTok functions. So there's a lack of awareness on that part.
Yeah.
Secondly, this is him trying to get laid. Obviously.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. It's like, guys,
It's we talked about moral signaling and stuff. That's what this is.
That's how beta males get laid. Is they're like, I'm a feminist.
Yes.
I'm just so pro women. You're like, okay, whatever. I'll still fuck you. Like you don't have to pretend that you're a feminist. Like I don't care. Thumb ring wearers.
Oh, it's funny. I was thinking a lot this week about some of our conversations from the last 2 weeks, and young men need to know these things. They really, they just don't. Here's what stayed in my head.
Yeah.
How focused you were in your thinking and motivation about a man towards reproduction.
Right.
You understand, when the male is interested in a female, there is zero thinking about reproduction.
On a conscious, yeah.
No. Yeah. On an unconscious level, all the motivation is about collecting genes and getting there.
Right.
Everything we're attracted to is about reproduction. We just don't know it. We don't know it at all. We just know we want it. That's all we know.
Right.
And that's so interesting to me that there's actually a conscious moment for women.
Well, for me, there was where you just go, like with Tom, I was like big, strong.
But even when you were in Cambridge and interested in the rowers. Oxford and interested in the rowers. I keep fucking it up.
Yeah.
Interested in the rowers.
Yeah.
Was there still a conscious reproductive
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So
that stuff doesn't kick in until your 30s.
Okay. So that was sort of hard for me to get my head around.
Not in your 20s. In your 20s, you're just like, I just want to bang this dude.
I just like that. Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
good.
You don't know that. To me, later, it was more about putting all that together. I also admired being protected. Tom's protectiveness towards me was very exciting. I like that idea. Like, this guy could fucking rip apart somebody's head for me, and that feeds into my biological reproductive need of protection of my young. You know? That's, I don't know. Yeah. I just like that. I just like that he was kind of big and strong and bear-like. Yeah. Like, I still feel safe with him, and I love that.
And then there's also, we talked about competency.
That's a huge one.
I know. Competency. People don't understand that. That's a big one. And that's why young males are so shit out of luck. Yeah. We don't have any competency until much later.
Well, yeah,
unless you're a musician, and that's sort of why they do that.
That's so true. Yeah, that's why you pick up a guitar to get laid. Yeah, but then again, to be fair, most men aren't really ready for monogamy until I would say 28-ish.
28 is when they return to Earth.
Yeah,
they become human again.
Yeah, you guys are just hormones. The 20s are just horrible.
Why God did that, I don't know.
Yeah, and it should be your prime. Well, it's your prime reproductive time.
And that's why he did it. But what the plan was, and to do that in like to start a 13-year-old with this is like, that's cruel.
It's so cruel. Yeah.
Oh, wait to your house.
I know. That's what I keep hearing.
How many more years?
Well, Ellis will be 5 soon.
So like 6, 7, 8 years from now. Oh man.
So much. What do I do? Do I just ignore it? I ignore it, right?
They just start. They go from spry and fun to sitting on the couch and being a lump. And then you know you're in trouble. Now it's coming.
Now the masturbation begins?
Yeah, right around that.
What's the lumpiness? It's just
the testosterone makes them tired and lethargic and depressed and they're having these crazy thoughts that they don't know what to do with. Yeah.
It's terrible. So what? Just get them into sports and stuff?
That
Direct
helps.
it?
That helps, yeah.
Just fill up their time so they can't think.
It's almost impossible. But yes, do that kind of thing. Do contact sports are good.
Yeah. Yeah, to get out that aggression. Yeah, I will, definitely.
More on the TikTok?
There's always more.
Hey, y'all.
Oh, my.
I've been drinking Sprite for the past couple of days and ginger ale because I don't drink Mountain Dew when I'm sick. So hopefully when I'm done being sick, I'm going to go back to drinking my Mountain Dew, but I just don't drink it when I'm sick.
Well, there's a little bit to talk about here.
What?
First of all, it's young Wendy.
Yeah, I know.
It's a young version of Wendy, the slow adult. Absolutely. What would you say she's about? Mid-20s, maybe?
Oh,
early 20s?
I thought
think she's
adolescent.
Younger. Okay, she could be younger. I have a feeling some of the adolescent stuff is just a delay sort of thing. She's probably a little older than that. But already no teeth.
Right. So that would indicate older.
Yeah.
More years.
Enough Mountain Dew to
say.
Mess her teeth up.
You need at least 20 good years of Mountain Dew consumption for the teeth loss.
No teeth already, man. That's a feat.
But let me ask you this. I mean, Mountain Dew is considerably the worst of the sodas in terms of sugar content, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, well, first, how dare you?
Yeah. I mean, how much do you drink? How many Mountain Dews have you had in your life?
Well, recently, funny you should ask.
No, really?
Well, first of all, I don't drink sugar drinks. I don't drink sugar. But I was completely off all carbonated beverages for a long time, especially the Diet Coke. I do like my Diet Coke.
Yeah.
But I was off it. I've sort of drifted back. I started chipping and found my way back. Susan likes Fresca. When she can't get Fresca, she goes Mountain Dew.
First of all, total Eastern Blocker drink. My dad drank only Fresca for like 20 years. I never saw him drink water, only Fresca. and horseradish
Nadav,
sausage.
when we get him in
Fresca.
here, we're gonna have 3-liter bottles of Fresca,
Fresca.
sitting on the table here.
I
for
can
this
hook
man.
her up with Fresca. That's my tribe. I'll find her some Fresca.
Well, she has it right at the moment, but it goes out. It sells out periodically.
Because it's so good.
The Hungarians get in there and just have at it.
Of course.
Oh,
So
I'm surprised you didn't bring this up with her
It's
during
so
this
weird.
conversation.
Fresca. Yeah, that's such an
now you
Eastern
have to have her
blocker.
back yet a
I
third
know.
time.
Oh my
to
gosh.
see how Fresca fits into
So-
our sex life.
But don't you think that, I mean, Sprite is when you're sick. Maybe her stomach was bothering her.
Oh, you know what? I didn't listen to a word she said. so I was too busy thinking about other things. She did say something about not drinking Mountain Dew when she was sick. And I heard
I mean, are you even
blah,
paying
blah,
attention?
blah, 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 blah.
It's like, wow, wow, wow,
yeah,
wow,
it was
wow.
a little I wasn't,
believe
let's say I
it.
just wasn't expecting much content. Let's just say.
How dare you?
I was thinking about other things. Do you how many more? I'm feeling like I'm having to.
Oh, she's the best. She's the best.
Okay,
She's
okay,
the
here she
best.
is. Okay, I feel like I have to parse out carefully my talks because I don't have many here.
Oh,
right?
wow.
No. There's a lot in this
Oh,
batch,
yeah,
Drew.
Okay, okay,
You don't need to
good.
hold
She
back
just
at
wants
all.
cred for all the work she's doing. Okay,
Yeah.
that's up.
Yeah, I can't go for quality now.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
I was just made aware of the followers that I had, that they have been unfollowed, and the majority of mine that I follow are usually musicians that I support, upcoming artists on every media that I have. But if you send me a message and want to be followed, I will definitely follow everyone that lets me know. Because majority does not want to be followed by me. So send me a message and you are instantly followed. Bye for today.
Oh, man. Did you even understand that whole riddle?
I understood it. I didn't understand why I was listening to it. Is there more to her?
Is there the other one?
Is there something? Does she?
Is there another one of her?
Does she get
let me skim real
fancier
quick
on
and
us?
Well, here's the deal. What I wanted to showcase here, because she's 63 years old
Yes.
and she has a smoking hot bod.
She's attractive.
Her cans are so huge,
Ah.
and I posted her on my stories,
Uh-oh.
and then so many people tortured her about her breast size that she
no.
released another TikTok. She's like, "Yes, these are my breasts." Like it bought, but
Well, that's why people follow her, right?
that's what
I
I'm
figured.
saying, because
Okay,
she'll
good.
try on sexy outfits and
Oh.
showcase her
Well,
breasts.
let's see one of those.
Well, I know, but I don't know if he has them right now.
Oh.
But here's the deal.
Okay, well now
here's what
but
I
now
like
it starts to make sense because I couldn't understand why she was.
in the folder. Well, here's
Yeah.
why. This is how old people use TikTok. Like,
Oh.
you know what I'm saying? Like when you're on the talk, this is so uncool, Drew. And like you should fucking learn.
Why
how
didn't
to
she do
it.
that fancy dance that everybody does?
Because she's not understanding how to use. This is when old people use TikTok. Like she's like going, she's like beating herself up over the followers.
Yeah,
thing, and
yeah,
like,
yeah. That's that.
Why
whole
do
thing.
old people not get that these aren't like real life relationships? Like why doesn't she understand that distinction?
And she claims to have other platforms too, which is weird, right? And it's like, why? Maybe they just think it's just like other platforms, like it's interactive.
It's like Facebook or
Yeah,
something, and it's
yeah.
not the same kind of thing.
And they're not getting their head around it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I just like that old people don't get it.
Yeah, that's
It's just
interesting.
fun, yeah.
Okay. Is there another one of her?
He wants to see these tits.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have those.
Oh.
those tits
Well, we'll find her tits again. She
Give me another one.
talks about the size. She's got huge big naturals. And she's really thin, too.
Good for her.
She takes
Welcome to my butt stuff video part 2.
What?
This is crucial information. Again, if you're not over 18 or you're just not into butt stuff, please keep scrolling. Okay, guys, here's the good part. The anus is a circular muscle. At normal resting state, that muscle is super clenched. To make it relax, take some nice deep breaths in and out, in and out, and release all that tension.
All that butthole.
Now gently lubricate a finger.
No.
Insert it about an inch in.
Why?
Slide the finger over, up, or down, and feel that circular muscle just release and relax. Hold in place until the desired relaxation point is hit and you're ready to go. Make sure you're slow on entry.
Oh.
But
so he's talking
with all
about
this
how to prepare for anal
you're going
sex.
to be in good shape.
And I'm trying to see. Wait. What does it say on his coat? Does it say gastroenterology? What does it say? I got to get up there and read it.
Go for it.
Doc, can you see it?
Gastro, yeah.
He's a gastroenterologist.
Oh, so
okay.
he should know. I mean,
Well, he's not a colorectal surgeon, which I find interesting. Because colorectal surgeons have to deal with the misadventures of the anus. But he knows what he's talking about, so good for him. He seemed a little too into it.
well, he's probably gay too, so he probably deals with it in his private life as well as his professional life, I'm guessing.
Right, and I'm not saying that he shouldn't be enthusiastic. It's just he's sort of being a doctor on one hand and
Horny on the other.
yeah, I don't like the combo. I like the intent that he's preparing everybody how to do their thing.
I see what you're saying.
It just felt a little.
I get what you're saying.
Boundary issue.
I agree.
Didn't it bother you? You don't like?
I agree. There's a reason I found this amusing because of that boundary. It must be that. I didn't consciously put that together at the time.
Yeah, it's a
but it's
boundary
like,
problem.
why is a doctor telling me how to relax my asshole for sexual behavior?
The good news is, Christina P.
Yeah.
This man's nearby.
Oh.
Do you see his moniker? SoCal Doc.
Oh, that's it.
So again, I'm thinking of you guys. All the new live shows coming. Here's somebody we need for one of the live shows.
I don't know. I'd have a problem fingering my own beehole.
Yeah,
I'm not really interested.
But who am I to say?
Could you touch brown?
Oh no, that's meth, ladies and gentlemen.
It sure is. That's why I pulled this one just for
That
you.
is meth. If you want to say this, a perfect example of something called Picker's syndrome, where people believe they have something going on under their skin, like they have glass or an insect, and they just pick at it until it looks like this. And it's often face, neck.
May I ask you this? Can anorexia cause
Picking?
Picking or just blemishes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the skin and hair changes.
Yeah.
You know, hair pulling and eating disorder kind of go together.
Oh,
that kind of
that's
stuff.
interesting.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I'd have to see the blemishes to know what you're talking about.
But yeah, it looks like kind of scabby and bad, and I've suspected this person has an eating disorder, and I was like, oh, I wonder if that's because you know how sometimes bulimics get chipmunk cheeks
Yes.
from vomiting, right?
Yes.
It's not from
Correct. But people smoke a lot of pot get that too.
the chipmunk cheeks.
Mhm,
Why?
I just does. And alcoholics get that too.
Oh.
I still keep wondering if that person is on high dose of Adderall or something that's going bad. Because you know the generic name for Adderall. Do you know it?
No.
Dextroamphetamine.
Oh.
So you use enough of it, you can get really bad problems.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
So there could be an eating disorder, but if somebody's thin with this,
But I'll tell you
that's
what,
stimulant.
What this person does is they don't eat and they drink alcohol instead of eating.
Sounds like an alcoholic.
Yeah, can that cause those like just like
It caused that's all kinds of other skin problems. Alcoholic liver disease has a lot of skin manifestations.
Oh,
Yeah,
gosh,
a lot.
Doesn't sound good.
Hey, good times. Let's talk about pickers.
I carry telepathy. I'm clairvoyant. It is true. It is psychiatric certified that it is true. And so if I tell you something, please take that seriously.
Is it true? Is she psychiatrically certified?
She is certified.
Have you seen her? Yeah.
She is certified, but she's saying she's certified as a clairvoyant and knows the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hear.
Well, what's the future, bitch?
Here we go.
That's it.
Oh, sorry. No
That's where it ends.
predictions.
Well, yeah, grandiosity, delusions, blah, 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 math.
Cool.
Let's cleanse the palate finally with baboons. You know, humans are such animals.
Yeah.
And I love looking at the other primates and sort of measuring our behavior against theirs.
It's not vastly different because how many percentage off are we from the genetic material of
I think
monkeys?
300 base pairs or something.
Yeah.
What I always find crazy, our closest relative is the bonobo. I think it's 300 base pairs. We are not descendant from bonobos. We share a common ancestor with the bonobo. The tree split, and bonobos went one way, we went the other. But what I find interesting when people don't want to talk about biological differences between men and women, we differ from the bonobo by 300 base pairs. I differ from you by an entire fucking chromosome.
How dare you?
You know what I'm saying?
How dare you say that men and women exist?
Yeah, I know. But you're better because you got two of the big ones. You got two X chromosomes.
You think it's a better one?
I think men have use.
I think you're a misogynist.
No, hold on. Let me just tell you.
And a racist, frankly.
End of discussion.
End of discussion.
So I think men are useful and we do some things very, very well. But I think the female brain is better. You know what I mean? I think by pretty much every objective standard
Can
I
I
can think
tell you,
of.
I'm in complete disagreement with you.
Oh, tell me. It's good.
I think the male brain, I like how, maybe because I studied philosophy and I appreciate that clarity of thought and cogent thinking and rational.
So linear,
objective.
Yeah.
Like, you guys have built civilizations. You
Right.
fought
We
wars.
can do engineering very
It's
well.
fucking
or we're
awesome.
interested in doing engineering. We're motivated to do that kind of stuff. It makes us feel good to do that.
Yeah, and
women can learn that too.
Yes, they can. Had they been given the opportunity historically, perhaps, we don't know. I don't know. We don't know what women are capable of just yet.
Are they capable of everything men are capable of? But I think.
Where's the proclivity?
The
Where's
most
the
egalitarian societies, like Sweden, and
Yeah.
they go the opposite direction.
Right? Don't they? Wasn't there a study done where like women don't tend towards science?
Correct.
And
If given absolute egality and freedom,
They
the
still
sexes
go.
segregate into the
It's
things
interesting.
that are sort of characteristic of what are called social norms. But whatever.
But I think men are getting beaten up too much now too. I think you guys are
I think,
suffering a little too much now.
For sure, I completely agree with you. And if 15 years ago I might have said we need more female brain, it's a better instrument. But now I'm saying each is good. Each is good. By every objective standard, the female's better.
Okay.
More compassion, more empathy,
Yes.
more use of your brain. You're using both sides more liberally. You have
Yes.
a bigger corpus callosum. You're more tuned into your body and the world. And there's
Yes.
a lot now maybe that's not as good when a bunch of Huns are chasing after us.
Yes.
Right? But generally speaking, I think you can objectively call that a superior.
We can. I
instrument.
think we're survival. Our survival instincts are great because we take care of young. And without, I mean, look, let's face it, dudes are not the best caregivers for children.
What?
They're
Now
not.
you are sexist.
I'm so, at least let's put it this way, Tom Segura, not, you know what I mean? No, he's good with
I've
my
seen him with the kids.
children.
He's great with
He's
them.
amazing.
What do you expect from that
But
man?
it's not the same as mommy.
No, I know.
Mommy knows everything.
I know.
I'm dialed in, man. I'm dialed in.
And you are not saying, just because we have to say that these days, that two men can't serve the function just as
No,
well.
I'm saying that. I'm just kidding. Of course.
We're just saying that mommy is a thing.
Guys should not be married. No, of course. Yes, of course.
Of course.
Gays should have children and have lives.
And have
Please,
kids,
and have
yes. And
children, of course.
yes.
We had a gay daddy on Where My Mom's At, Riaz.
But to be fair, when two women are raising a child, I think it's a good idea to have an
nightmare.
important, sustained male figure in their
Could you
life.
imagine having two lesbian moms? Like, just so many feelings being discussed. I think I might go crazy. You know? I don't know. I don't like talking about feelings that much.
Well, this is a whole other topic for maybe next show, is how women don't dig other women so much, which I find just
I could talk about that I think that's
Okay. All right, well,
societal structure.
Is it? All right, we're going to talk about that next show. We're going to start with that.
Let's talk about that. But
Okay.
bitches be hating. Yeah. All right. I
Bitches
like
be
that.
hating. All right, thanks, everybody. Again, the number 818-253-1693, and, of course, drafterdark@gmail.com. Christina P., thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We will see you next time.
All conversations and information exchanged during participation of the Dr. Drew After Dark podcast or interaction on the drdrew.com website is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not confuse this with treatment or physician medical advice or direction per se. You must always follow your medical professional's advice and direction. Nothing on these podcasts or posted on this site supplements or supersedes the relationship and direction of your medical caretakers. Please understand, I am not playing the role of physician in this environment per se. I'm educating. I am a licensed physician with specialty boards in American Board of Internal Medicine and American Board of Addiction Medicine.